In the coalition's 10-point program dubbed Unleashing Kenya's Potential, the CORD leadership said it would focus primarily on job creation for the millions of Kenyan youth. These the coalition seeks to implement by establishing at least one major industry in each county and a 24-hour economy in major urban centers. CORD also intends to restructure the Youth Empowerment Fund to give young people entrepreneurial skills and provide them with startup grants and loans for business expansion.
Now we thus need to create 1 million jobs annually.
Food security is also on the CORD manifesto, with a plan to subsidize farm inputs to ensure increased yield. Value addition, irrigation and investing more in research are core areas in the blueprint.
The CORD government will be what every Kenyan for the last 50 years has been expecting, and the time is now.
Improved national security is also at the heart of the CORD manifesto. If elected on March 4th, the CORD team promises to fast-track police reforms, invest more in training and equipping the police force, and improve border policing by deploying defense personnel.
And that I say that those who have been responsible for the mess cannot be relied upon to reform the police force. CORD plans a systematic cleanup of the force, going back to the morals and values that informed our national life many years ago.
The CORD Alliance said it will defend and fully implement the Constitution and ensure that Kenyans are actively involved in the process. Realization of the benefits of devolution are also captured in the 27-page manifesto.
We want to assure our brothers and sisters in the provincial administration to ignore the propaganda going around that the CORD government will forthwith abolish provincial administration.
But it is the CORD manifesto's chapter on infrastructure and land that could trigger fireworks in the political scene. The CORD team said it will embark on radical land reforms and address historical injustices on the sensitive land issue. It is at this point that focus was shifted to the Jubilee Coalition and particularly its presidential candidate Uhuru Kenyatta.
You have a situation where people are hacking each other to death for a quarter of an acre of land somewhere. If somebody owns nearly a province in his own name. If you want to bring change, begin with yourself. Look at these poor Kenyans who are languishing, who are suffering, who, because they have no land to till, give them the piece of land so that then you can see that you can bring change in this country. This country will be changed by Kenyan patriots. This country will not be changed by hypocrites.
People should relax. We are not about to dispossess any Kenyan of land that they rightfully own. But we will have to make sure that land is equitably used.
The CORD team also hopes to tackle head-on the poverty issue and cost of living by increasing savings and investment rates and expanding access to credit. Odinga and his coalition partners also intend to introduce a pension scheme for those aged 65 and above and extend to all major urban centers cash transfers for the poor, orphans and vulnerable children. Quality education will also be a key priority for the CORD government. Other than ensuring that all Kenyan children access free and compulsory basic education, the CORD team said it would equip schools, train and recruit more teachers, and pay them well to improve the student-teacher ratio.
The secondary education shall be free under the CORD government.
The coalition intends to establish a national health insurance scheme to enable all Kenyans access quality health care. Other than training and recruiting more doctors, nurses and other health workers, the coalition also promised to invest in specialized health services such as treatment of cancer. The CORD coalition promised to create one indivisible nation by tackling ethnicity.
If some of you think Raila Odinga cannot be trusted with Weta and Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, don't you see stability, ladies and gentlemen? Can't you see? How much more convincing do you really need to see? Can't you see this is the true face of this country? And if you want to exclude yourself, you can only have yourself to blame.
Odinga will submit his presidential nomination papers to the electoral body IEBC on Wednesday and kick off what the CORD coalition terms a grand march to State House. After launching what it calls a 10-point covenant with the people of Kenya, the CORD team has two main challenges on its hands. One, to move out and convince the 14.3 million registered voters that indeed they deserve a stint at State House after President Mwai Kibaki. Only then will they be tasked with the responsibility of turning the manifesto from paper to real implementation. Francis Gachuri, Monday Special.